So in this video, I will share with you 5 things you can do to improve your networking on LinkedIn. Now, since you have already clicked on this video, you most likely know what LinkedIn is. But let me share with you 3 reasons why networking on LinkedIn is so critical. LinkedIn is a global platform now which is helping 3 people get hired every minute. And the main reason which is driving this is 77% of recruiters now use LinkedIn for their research. On the candidate side, just in the United States, last year, 75% of the candidates who changed their jobs used LinkedIn as a resource. So while there might be other websites like Glassdoor or Monster.com or ZipRecruiter, LinkedIn is by far the biggest platform when it comes to job search or professional networking. The key question for you is that how do you stand out of the crowd, because LinkedIn already has 760 million users. And this is exactly what we are going to cover in this video. My name is Jameel Hye, and I've been working in the corporate sector for the last 18 years. And my passion is to help you build real life skills for your job and career that they don't teach you in college. Now, the first thing you need to do to improve your networking on LinkedIn is to be very clear on why you want to network in the first place. Like Simon Sinek famously mentions in his book called Start With Why, you should always be very clear on why you're doing anything. And LinkedIn networking is no different. By the way, if you haven't read that book, I strongly recommend you read it, and I will put a link in the description below. Now, your purpose to network on LinkedIn could be anything, but I have broadly classified that into 6 buckets. You could be networking for a job search or switching careers or just building networks, or you could be trying to become an influencer, or you might be selling services or solutions. Remember, LinkedIn is becoming a very strong B2B or business to business platform as well. And there are a lot of researches that actually show that your lead generation on LinkedIn is significantly higher than other platforms like Facebook and so on. And lastly, you could be networking just to crowdsource some ideas. So clarifying the purpose of networking is very important, because what you will see in the coming sections of this video is that purpose will help you define who and how you want to connect with people. So the second tip is have a complete and optimized profile on LinkedIn. Think about it this way. Your profile is a live version of your resume 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And we have already established that 77% of recruiters use LinkedIn for their research. So a lot of times what happens is that even if a job is not posted, recruiters are passively looking for certain profiles. So there have been so many times I've been approached by recruiters who would say that, hey, there is a potential job which our client is looking for, and are you interested? Now, you will only get those kinds of emails or calls if your profile is complete and it's optimized. Now, if you Google how to create a LinkedIn profile that stands out, you will find hundreds of articles, lots of videos on this. So I'm not going to get into those details. However, if you want me to make a video on that, please put that in the comments or send me a message on LinkedIn, and I would be more than happy to do so. Now, the third thing you need to do is connect with the right people in your geography and industry. Now, the definition of right people will depend on the purpose you have defined in the beginning. This is where why you want to network becomes so important. As an example, I am a supply chain professional based out of Canada, and I am very clear that I want to continue my career in the North American region. So it will make a lot of sense for me to network with other supply chain professionals in my industry in this region. Similarly, if you are a data science young professional in India and at some point in time in the future you might be looking for a job, it will make a lot of sense for you to proactively network with HR managers or recruiters in the data industry. And in this way, by the time you actually look for a job, you would have already built a network which could help you go through your job search much more smoothly. Now, the fourth tip is connect with a personalized message. Let me give you an example. I almost get about 5 connection requests on LinkedIn every single day, which means on a weekly basis, on an average, I get about 35 requests. And out of those 35, there are about 2 or 3 where the person trying to connect is sending me a personal message, introducing himself or herself, and also telling me the purpose of connection. Now, naturally, I'm much more likely to respond to those 2 or 3 messages as compared to the other 32 requests which are coming. And therefore, once you have established your purpose, optimized your profile, identified the right people, Make sure that you are connecting with them with a personalized message. Be very clear on who you are and the purpose of connection. And the fifth and the last tip is treat networking as a process, not as an event. It's not a one-time activity where you just send a message and you're done. If you will do that and then just stay inactive on LinkedIn, it's not going to benefit you. So once you have established those connections, try to convert those connections into relationships. And you could do this simply by commenting on the posts of your connections, or you could send them sometimes questions which are relevant to your job or your industry, or even something as simple as just liking their posts or their activities. Just being a silent person on LinkedIn is not going to help you. So make sure that you are actively participating in the LinkedIn news feeds and you are using those feeds as a way to engage with your connections. Now, a bonus tip here is that you can also post some content on LinkedIn if it's relevant to your industry or for your line of work. So that's another way of actively networking on LinkedIn. And sometimes the posts that you have put out there might draw interest of your connections and that may start a conversation. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Keep watching, subscribe, and apply these skills to your job and career. Good luck.